Here are some cool ideas for chocolate decorations that you can add to your next dessert. First things first, we need to make piping bags. Fold a piece of parchment paper diagonally so it forms two rough triangles. Don't worry if they aren't perfect, this isn't a beauty contest. Next, use a sharp knife or scissors to carefully cut along the fold. To roll the piping bag, place your finger at the middle point of the longest edge of the triangle to hold it in place. Roll one corner of the triangle towards the middle point to create a tip where your finger is. Now remove your finger and continue rolling until you have a cone. Fold the excess at the top into the cone to secure the shape and you're done. For chocolate decorations, it's important to temper the chocolate, since we want them to have a nice glossy finish and stay firm at room temperature. To do this, place a heat-safe bowl over barely simmering water, making sure that the bowl does not touch the water. Next, add about 2/3 of your good quality chocolate wafers or a finely chopped chocolate bar. Stir the chocolate frequently until it starts to melt, but there are still chunks of solid chocolate. At this point, start taking the temperature using a kitchen thermometer. You want the temperature to reach about 115 degrees Fahrenheit, but never exceed 120. Once it's up to temperature, remove from the heat, then gradually add the leftover chocolate. This is called seeding, and it's going to help cool the chocolate down so it doesn't continue heating up. Continue stirring until the chocolate is completely melted and the temperature has lowered to 84 degrees Fahrenheit. This will take about 10 to 15 minutes of stirring, so be patient. You're almost done now. We just need to heat the chocolate again briefly to bring it up to a working temperature of between 86 and 89 degrees. Once the thermometer registers in that range, remove from the heat and carefully scoop your chocolate into the prepared piping bag. Only fill it about halfway, then fold the end closed to prevent leaking and cut off the tip. You only want a small hole, so be careful not to cut off too much. Now you can pipe your shapes onto a piece of parchment paper. You can get really creative with these, but I recommend starting with some abstract shapes like this to get a feel for the chocolate and how quickly or slowly it comes out of the piping bag. Once you're confident with those, you can move on to more complex shapes like these treble clefs. The key is just to be confident with your movements. Hold a steady stream of chocolate and keep an even distance from the parchment paper as you draw. For this next one, try to make thin lines of chocolate and just draw a big abstract crisscross kind of shape. Once it has cooled completely, use the wide end of a pastry tip or any small, thin circular mold to cut out circles of the chocolate design. You can practice making smaller spirals, then work your way up to this large spiral shape with a cross through the middle to help keep it from breaking when you remove it from the paper. This next one resembles tree bark when it's dry and adds a rustic look to desserts. Spread a scoop of chocolate into a very rough rectangle, leaving about 1 inch of space at the top and bottom of the paper. Next, very carefully roll the paper to connect the two clean ends and secure with a piece of tape. For a different cylindrical shape, wrap the handle of a whisk or any cylindrical object with parchment paper and secure it with tape. With another piece of parchment paper underneath, drizzle chocolate on a slight angle all along the handle. Repeat with another drizzle at an offset angle to create a kind of diamond or zigzag pattern. Once hardened, you can carefully remove the molded chocolate from the parchment paper to reveal your creations. Don't worry too much if some of them break, there's still beauty in imperfection. Use these to decorate cakes or just as a garnish for your favorite dessert. And while you're here, click on one of these other great videos and subscribe for more video tutorials.